everyone, we are from Group 3. Now I want to introduce our team. My name is Ayude Putri.
My name is Adisti Andin Larasati.
My name is Juliari.
My name is Siska.
My name is Claudia Taniago.
And we are from Group 5. I want to introduce our team. My name is Annie.
My name is Arni Anggi Wijaya.
My name is Eka Donatus Ninggolan.
My name is Amelia.
My name is Putri Boru Manulang.
Material related to approval of customs duties in Indonesia. Customs duty is an act of state levy on import-export goods as well as goods that have been determined in customs law. More simply, customs levy an additional fee for goods with potential detrimental properties or side effect on users. Because it is a levy, the government levies a number of fees on those who carry out import or export of certain goods which have properties or characteristics in accordance with the law instead revenue to reward prosperity, justice, and balance. The function of customs duty is not only as a vital source of revenue for the state budget, but on the other hand, it is also related to the traffic of activities and trade. Customs duty manages state finance and carries out state revenue through import duties and excise. Customs duty also facilitates international trade to increase economic growth in Indonesia. Excise and taxes are imposed to generate revenue and protect local industry. You usually have to pay when importing before the goods are released for delivery. Removing customs duty could have a broad impact on various economic and social aspects for a country. Here are some potential impacts that may occur.
Economic impact. Custom duties are an important source of income for many countries. Without custom duties, countries may experience significant budget deficit, reducing and funds available for public service and infrastructure. Social impact. Domestic industries that cannot compete with cheap imported products may have to reduce their workforce or even close, which will increase the employment rate. Impact on product quality and safety. Without custom oversight and low quality and potential dangers, product can enter the domestic market, threatening consumer safety. Environment impact. Increased imports can lead to increased transportation of goods which, in turn, increase the carbon footprint and negatively impact the environment. Diplomatic and security impact. Custom duties are often used as a tool in international trade negotiation. Without custom duties, countries may lose important levers in trade negotiation.
Although eliminating customs duty can lower the price of import goods and increase consumers' choice in the short term, the long-term impacts are likely to be more detrimental to the economy, society, and environment. Customs duties can contribute to economic stability in various ways by regulating the flow of goods in and out of a country. Here are some of the main mechanisms. Protection of domestic industry, increase in national income, inflation control, trade balance settings, control of illegal and dangerous products, demand and supply settings, support for strategic sectors, exchange rate stability.
And below, we provide reason why the duty tax is greater than the price of goods. Government often impose high tariffs on imported goods to protect local industries from foreign competition. This helps maintain the swift stability and growth of domestic industry. Certain products, especially luxury goods such as jewelry, expensive vehicle, and high-end electronics, are often subject to very high tariffs as a form of consumption control to garner greater income from those who can afford it.
Okay, that's all our material. It's your
patent or material on the costs and deficit of custom in Indonesia. From counter perspective, custom can be defined as a system or policy that create challenge and barrier to trade and consumer. Here are some of the views often expressed by opponents of custom duties include 1. Trade barrier. Custom duties are considered a barrier to international trade. Opponents argue that tariff and tax imposed on import goods can increase the cost of those goods, thereby reducing competitiveness and impeding the flow of goods and services between countries. And the second, economic burden. Strict custom policies can lead to an increase the price of import goods, which in turn burden domestic consumer. This can lower people purchasing power and reduce consumption of certain goods. The third, administrative complexity and cost. Complicated custom rules and procedure can increase administrative costs for companies involved in import and export. Number 4, potential for corruption and abuse of power. Custom is often associated with corruption and abuse of power by the official involved. Practice such as bribery and extortion can occur, harming companies and individuals who have to deal with custom. Number 5, impact of vulnerable groups. Custom police can disproportionately affect certain groups, such as migrant workers who often bring goods from abroad for their family. The restriction and tax imposed may add the burden on those already facing economic challenges. Thus, from a counter perspective, custom is seen as a system that brings more disadvantage and benefit, especially in the context of free trade and convenience. In addition, there are many debates about custom policy in Indonesia that often cover various aspects, both from the perspective of supporter and opponents. And here are some of the main points of cons that are often debated. Cons opponents of trade custom. 1. Burden on consumers and small business. High customs duties can increase the price of imported goods, burdening consumers with higher costs. It may also hinder small business that rely on imported goods for their production or sales. 2. Complexity and bureaucracy. Complicated and frequently changing customs rules can create administrative barriers for importers and exporters. This can slow down the trade process and increase operational costs. 3. Impact on migrant workers. Restrictions on passenger luggage, such as those experienced by migrant workers, can create difficulties for those who wish to bring souvenirs or essential items for their families before, for risks of corruption and abuse. Strict custom regulation can increase opportunities for corruption and abuse of power customs officers. This can harm the integrity of the system and lower public trust. Not only that, there are several incidents such as Indonesian migrant workers working abroad who went to send goods to their family in Indonesia, but their goods are detained and made difficult to process at customs, even though these goods are not categories of goods to be traded in Indonesia. It is better for customs to focus on state revenue with a large scale of trade volume between countries. Customs must re-evaluate the work system, supervision, and coordination between Mr. Trace and government agencies. The debate on customs policy in Indonesia reflects the challenge of balancing the protection of domestic economy with the need to remain competitive in international trade. The government needs to continuously evaluate and adjust customs policy to keep the relevant and fair for all parties involved.
Abolish Custom Rule 2024. In 2024, there are several changes and deletions to custom rules that have generated various reactions. One of the most talked about rules is the restriction on passenger luggage from abroad. This rule is stated in the Minister of Trade Regulation or MOT number 36 and 2023, which regulates restriction on the number and types of passenger luggage, such as footwear, bags, textile goods, and electronics. However, this policy generates many complaints, especially from Indonesian migrant workers or PMI, who often bring souvenirs back home. Following critics and protests, the government decided to reverse this rule. At the limit coordination meeting, it was agreed that the province of restriction on passenger personal luggage will be removed from MOT 36 2023 and will be regulated in a Minister of Finance Regulation or PMK. In addition, there were also revisions to the rule related to the right of custom receivable. Minister of Finance Sri Mulyani Indrawati issued PMK number 147/2023, which replaced PMK number 771 PMK April 2012. This new regulation regulates in more detail the right of receivable, which include the right of custom receivable that are no longer collectible. The change and elimination of this rule are carried out to improve legal certainty and efficiency in handling custom administration, as well as responding to the needs and complaints of various related parties. And that's all from Cons Majority.
Okay, this debate is about the existence of customs duty in Indonesia. So we as a group would like to ask you about the statements and materials that you have presented here. Why can you say that customs can be defined as a system or policy that creates various challenges and obstacles for trade and consumers? Isn't that customs can increase economic growth in Indonesia by facilitating international trade?
Okay, thank you for the question. For the question is, why do we define that custom duties can create challenge and barrier to trade, international and customer, right? It's because custom duties are considered a barrier to international trade. We can argue that tariff and tax imposed on imports goods can increase the price of those goods, thereby reducing competitive and impeding the flow of goods and service between countries, and that custom regulation are often complicated and taxable. Isn't that obvious? And what are your reasons for saying that custom can increase economic growth in Indonesia by facilitating international trade?
Okay, I want to answer. Custom duties are one of main source of revenue for the government. So it is for finance, various development program like building and infrastructure, building a hospital, health, education, and for public service to support economic growth. And custom duties also can protect domestic industries from unhealthy industry in another country.
Then, it seems from the point of view which says that existence of custom that can be a source of government revenue. What about the fate of Indonesian migrant workers who work abroad, who want to send goods to their family in Indonesia? Instead, the goods are detailed and complicated. The processing process at custom. In my opinion, it's better for custom to focus on state revenue with a large scale of trade volume between countries. Custom must reevaluate the work system, supervision and coordination between ministries and government agencies. Please.
Okay, we accept the previous statement from the conside, but on your side material, we would like to quote a little bit about the challenge to balancing the protection of the domestic economy with the need to remain competitive in international trade. So the government needs to continuously evaluate and adjust customs. What do you think about that opinion?
The challenge goes into the impact on customer and the price of goods, where high import duties can increase the price of import goods, which in turn can burden customer with high price of goods. There is also the competitive of export competitive of other countries may respond to high tariff by imposing retaliatory tariff on export product from the country, which may hurt the export industry. The high import duties can trigger a trade war. Therefore, the government needs to adjust its custom policy to change in the domestic economy, such economic growth or developing purchasing power. That's enough. Or are you there any more question for the?
Overall, it's meaning that you agree with the evolution of customs that is in Indonesia. Have you ever wondered what would happen if customs were abolished?
Okay, thank you. Maybe the abolition only focus on the negative impact, but we can explain that there are advantages if customs is abolished because the elimination of customs duties will reduce the cost of imported goods, which means consumer may be able to buy imported products at lower prices. Without customs duties, international trade can become smoother and faster, and with the loss of revenue from customs duties, the government may be encouraged to fund other sources of revenue, such as improving the taxation system and reducing dependence on revenue from trade. But removing custom duties can have far-reaching impact on various economies. For example, on economic impact, social impact, environment impact, and mostly impact on product quality and safety as well as diplomatic and security impact. So, while abolishing custom duties may lower the price of important goods and increase customer choice in the short term, the long-term impact are likely to be more detrimental to the economy.
It is true. For the elimination of customs duties, there must be good and bad impact. Maybe, for our side with customs duties, the government can compete with imported products that are cheaper, such as improving the efficiency and productivity of domestic industries, supporting research and development or R&D, improving infrastructure, reducing production costs, and developing domestic and export markets. And the government is also playing a more important role in preventing the smuggling of illegal goods.
And maybe some people do not accept it for several reasons, like custom tax could the price of certain goods to rise in the domestic market. This may lead to dissatisfaction among customers who feel that customs duties increase their cost of living to increase.
This is definitely the case, especially when we are discussing customs related to the state, which of course has good and bad effects on everything, both in cost and pros. Thank you.
Thank you for watching our debate about custom duty in Indonesia. Bye bye.